Angeles, the most successful player in the history of the WPT, faces stiff competition in the fight to win a $1.6 million first-place prize. The final table of the LA Poker Classic starts now, only on the World Poker Tour.
There you see the chip leaders, Vivek Rajkumar out in front, right on his heels, three-time WPT champ Carlos Mortensen. And on the short stack right now, Steve Gross with $1.2 million.
All right, the winner's going to take home close to $1.7 million.
Tournament director Matt Savage getting them underway, so here we go.
And on the very first hand, look at this. Vivek Rajkumar picks up the ladies' pair of queens. Andy's a 5,000, blinds 25 and 50. And he's going to raise it up. Makes it 125,000 to go. Darryll Fish goes out.
Oh, and look at this. Greg Brooks has picked up 2 aces.
Oh, boy, the weapons of mass destruction on the very first hand.
Incredible on deal number 1. He is going to 3-bet it. Makes it 315,000 to go.
Amir Lehavot going away. Now Steve Gross, the online poker professional.
Wow, he's on the short stack, but look at this. He's got 2 10s.
3 wired pairs like this. Unbelievable.
Now, he knows Vivek's just the chip leader. Might raise with any 2 cards, but certainly you have to respect Greg Brooks for re-raising on the first deal. You're just not going to do it without a hand. But he's coming over the top of both of them.
Oh.
And Vince, he's put in about half his stack there, over 650,000.
Carlos out. This is a complete logjam.
All in.
Vivek goes all in with the ladies.
I'm in shock over that.
And now back to the man that has the real hand.
Well, Greg Brooks went to Wake Forest as a communication major, minored in entrepreneurship, started his first business at 19, and actually played as a pro player for about 4 years. Took some time off to go back to the business world.
All in.
He says all in. Steve Gross now might be pot committed. We'll see.
And Steve's only got 600,000 left. Remember,
Right.
blinds are 25 and 50,000, so he's got 12 big blinds left.
Boy. This is sick.
Now, Vince, I'm sure Steve feels like his hand is beat right now, which it is. But still, if you want to give yourself the best chance to win, sometimes you got to gamble. He's getting over 5-to-1 odds. If he got lucky and won this pot, he could be a serious force in this tournament. Otherwise, he's going to be on a severe short stack with just 12 big blinds. But still, you hate to go out on the first hand, especially if you know you're beat.
Does he want to gamble? He could be priced in.
My fault.
Well, he's laid his hand down.
Wow. So now they're going to turn up the cards.
So here we go. Aces versus queens.
And look at Vivek. Completely disappointed. He can't believe his queens are in second position.
I've done this before. I've done this before.
Well, we saw him crack the 2 aces of Mark Saban. When he won his first title, he had 2 10s that hand.
Done this
Here
before.
he's got 2 queens.
I should have made it a little smaller. I wasn't planning on folding.
Greg, I'm just gonna warn you, I've done this before.
I don't care.
Not going to scare Greg Brooks.
Yes, ironically, Greg Brooks' online name is Aces versus Queens. And here we have it right here. His WPT dreams of a title on the line. Oh, flop comes 10-9 deuce. Brooks is going to be sick right now.
To the barf bag you go.
Unbelievable. He would have flopped 3 10s to take the lead.
Here's the turn card. 5 on the turn. No help for Vivek.
So sick.
Well, Vivek is going to have to catch a queen on the river to eliminate Greg Brooks from this tournament. Doesn't happen as the jack comes off. And just that quick, Greg Brooks has over 5.2 million in chips at this final table. And what a force he could be from here.
He's 23 years old out of Wyckoff, New Jersey. His first WPT
Nice hand,
event,
Greg.
and he has crushed him on the very first hand.
Well, what drama here on hand number 1. No doubt about it. Incredible.
This is you. This is you playing poker on WPT Global. Come play at WPT Global. Click the link in the YouTube description below. Sign up with bonus code YT10 and receive your welcome package with a deposit match and free tournament tickets.
He's on our final table, so let's go down to the front.
As you can see right now, the chip leader is Carlos Mortensen, 3-time WPT champion. He's got about 5.3 in chips.
Well, Vince, just a moment ago, Vivek was the chip leader. He's now sitting in 4th chip position. after taking that beat with the 2 queens against the 2 aces, and it's a hand I think he could have got away from had he taken a little bit more time to think
All
about
right, to the hand we go. A couple folds, and now it's around to Vivek, who has a pair of 5s.
He just got burned on the 2 queens. Let's see what happens with the speed limit, Ann.
He's going to make it 125,000 to go into Darryll Fish.
Well, Darryll, tough young pro, has a 7-deuce offsuit. Vince, it looks like he's getting out raising chips.
Don't do it, Darryll. Don't do it.
Well, I know these young players like to be bold and aggressive, Vince, but when you're sitting in 5th chip position out of 6 players, I don't like re-raising with a 7-deuce offsuit and burning up my chip.
Makes it 305. Amir Lehavot, who operates a poker training site, looks down at ace-queen.
He's got a tough decision here. He knows Vivek's obviously capable of raising with any 2 cards. He's now going to know that Darryll Fish is also capable of raising with any 2 cards, because you can't have a worse hand than the one he re-raised with.
Well, he has re-raised, makes it 705,000. Vivek now going to muck his 5s.
Vince, give Amir credit for knowing his opponents here. Comes over the top of 2 razors with an ace-queen.
Nice hand,
and takes down the pot.
Darryll Fish. What the heck am I doing with a 7-deuce, trying to get fancy? I am the fish at the table. Well, this hand is going to go away. Greg Brooks also folding.
Okay, back on Amir.
The former electrical engineer goes out. And now Steve Gross, the online pro. He's short stacked, and he is going to shove with ace high.
Well, he's on the button, just going to try to get past the blinds.
Carlos out.
Call.
Now Vivek with the ace
Call.
jack of hearts has to make this call, and he's well out in front.
So far, Steve's got to be thinking, wow, I'm marching with 2 left feet, but maybe I'll get lucky.
I'll take a sweat.
Free bet.
I'll
Free
take a
bet.
sweat. Black cards. Black cards.
And Steve Gross is in trouble from Marlborough, New Jersey. Will this be his last hand? Here's the flop.
Flop comes 7-5-4.
Wow, we got our sweat.
Dude, that's a little too much, man. That's a little too much of a sweat. I was not asking for that.
Steve has got a 2-way straight draw now. A deuce or 6 would give him a straight.
Steve Gross has some hope. Here comes the turn card.
Well, the 4 hearts comes off. Now that gives Vivek 4 hearts. So the deuce of hearts, the 3 of hearts, and the 6 of hearts are no longer good for Steve Gross. So a bad turn card for him. Here's the river. A 5 comes off. This is going to be a split pot. Both players have 2 pair with an ace kicker. So Steve Gross, lucky to get the chop. He stays alive.
Steve Gross getting lucky. The Marlboro man sticks around. Hope you will too. We're coming back with more action from the WPT. Now Vivek Rajkumar.
Well, Vivek's picked up a big hand here. He's got ace-king on the button. Going to raise it to 125,000.
Into Darryll Fish, who has an unimpressive queen 7.
Yeah, we saw Darryll 3-bet him a minute ago with a 7-deuce offsuit. And it looks like he's going to 3-bet him again with this marginal hand.
Oh, brave young guy.
Try and try again. That's his motto, but it's not going to work here, I don't think.
Greg going away.
Vivek's got ace-king.
All in.
He's moving all in.
Yep.
Fun game. Nice hand.
And the Fish is going to swim away very quickly after that all-in bet by Vivek.
Well, Darryll trying to make something happen there, but in the end, sometimes you got to have patience in poker, and right now, Darryll's lacking a little bit.
Darryll Fish, 25 years old. This is his 2nd WPT cash. He's going to quickly muck this one. Now it's on Greg Brooks.
I think he's down to weak ace.
35-year-old Amir Lehavot not going to play this hand.
And Steve Gross on the short stack.
Oh, the
Only has about 500,000 left. Moving all in here with the king 10 of clubs on the button.
Carlos is folded, and look at this. Vivek with ace-jack again. Says call. We got a showdown.
Well, Vivek had him dominated last time when he had him all in with ace-jack against ace-3. Steve escaped the noose that time. He got the split pot out of it. Once again, he's up against the deer. Can the guy escape again?
So excited.
Steve is a fine professional, but this could be his last legs right here.
So greedy, these kids.
Oh, comes king right on the flop.
10. Somebody call for a 10.
Well, Vivek needs an ace To give him the lead, a 10 would obviously give him a straight and the best hand, but right now he needs an ace or a 10. Doesn't happen as the deuce comes off on the turn. Steve Gross with a great chance to double up here if he can dodge an ace or a jack.
Steve Gross, the survivor here tonight.
Well, the king comes off. Steve has made 3 kings, and twice in a row, he's got lucky on Vivek Rajkumar to stay alive.
Oh, boy, he goes through his sycophants. I need friends. He gets big hugs.
Good hand,
Back in the
Steve.
table.
Thank you.
And Steve Gross is back in this game.
Sure, over 5 million, as he said.
All right, Greg Brooks now, the 23-year-old from Wyckoff, New Jersey. He just has a 9-6, but he's getting hungry to play a pot. He has raised it to 110. Amir going out. Steve Gross also folding.
Over to Carlos Mortensen. He picks up ace-jack here.
He's been very quiet so far tonight. Now he's just going to call.
Probably out of respect for the fact Greg is the one player at the table that has him covered in chip count.
Vivek with king-queen also calling, so we have three-way action.
All these guys got plenty of chips. Now flop comes 7, deuce, deuce. No help to anybody.
Vivek checks.
Here's Greg with the worst hand, obviously, but got a very good flop to make a continuation bet with.
Well, he's going to do so. 260.
Well, Carlos just not buying it.
Vivek out.
He just feels like his ace-jack might be the best hand. That's why he's a 3-time WPT champ, because he's got great feel for the game. Now a 10 comes off. Gives Greg a gut shot straight draw, but really has nothing here.
Now will Greg have the guts to pull the trigger again with a nothing hand? Yes, he does. 560,000 he has bet.
Unbelievable. This 23-year-old firing into the 3-time WPT champ Carlos Mortensen with no hand.
Putting the pressure on the Matador.
I'm telling you, folks, you got ace high, you thought you might have had the best hand on the flop, you call, the guy fires again. Your problem is, what if he fires a big bet on the river? What am I going to do with the ace high? In case I call here. You have to admire Carlos's poker instincts, but tough to play with just an ace high. Well, Carlos lays it down. Give Greg Brooks a lot of credit for firing another shell into the great Carlos Mortensen.
Talk about poker hard. That is Greg Brooks right now. Who is this guy?
The old entrepreneur picks up 2 4s. He's going to raise it here. Makes it 135,000 to go.
Into Amir from Western Florida, folding. Steve Gross also going out.
Down to Carlos Mortensen in the big blind. Got the king 7 of spade.
How much you got?
How much is that?
I don't
130.
know, how much you starting?
I'm glad that we're still playing the game. I have 6.15.
I just want to see how much you're going to have left.
Oh, jousting back.
Now Carlos going to make the call here. So the 2 chip leaders going at it. When the flop comes queen 4 deuce with 2 spades, the chip leader has dropped 3 4s.
I check.
Carlos has checked.
Carlos Mortensen has a spade flush draw. This could spell big trouble for the Matador.
Greg with huge hand. 3 of a kind.
Possible fireworks in the making here.
Greg not going to play it sneaky. He has bet it 185,000 and just calling is Carlos.
One guy's got a hand, one guy's got a draw. Let's see what happens.
Carlos doesn't get the spade, an 8 of hearts on the turn, and he checks again. Greg Brooks. Methodical, powerful, impressive. Bets again. 485,000. Spaniard with the 4 flush. Oh, man, he is going to do it right now. He's checked raise.
Now, those are $100,000 chips, folks, so he's bet $1 million here.
Little does he know that this man, Greg Brooks, has a real hand.
You're never getting away from 3 4s here in this situation with that board. The question is, how do you play it if you're Greg? Do you re-raise right now? Or you just make a call and let the aggressive Carlos just go ahead and hang himself on the river?
You remember that painting, American Gothic? It looks a little like this man right here with a pitchfork and his wife and the country and the farm. Okay.
He's just calling here.
Carlos is praying for a spade. Didn't get it. 10 of hearts on the river.
Whatever Carlos puts in there, he can wave goodbye to. Greg going nowhere. Carlos checks. He's essentially waving the flag here. Just saying, I'm not going to lose any more chips in this pot.
Greg Brooks. Love that river card. He's going to put more chips. 1.6 out there. Three-time WPT champion Carlos Mortensen just completely disappointed with this, the way it went, and he finally has to mark the hand. Greg Brooks taking down another pot. He extends his chip lead.
Greg Brooks played as a pro player for about 4 years. Took some time off to go back to the business world. He's come back, and he is dabbing it right now.
Easy effort here tonight. Down to the money pit we go. Amir Lehavot going away. Steve Gross also out.
Now Carlos has picked up a big hand. He's got 2 queens this time.
Oh, Olay. He makes it 150,000 to go. Vivek Rajkumar going to take a break.
Darryll Fish looks down at Queen 10 of spade. We've seen him 3-bet a couple times a night with garbage hands. He got punished both times for it. He's going to get punished here if he tries it again, that's for sure.
Oh boy, swim fishy. Swim when you can.
Come on.
Oh, he's going all in.
Well, he's gone in all over the top.
Greg out, and of course Carlos has to call with the queens. And the fish is in a lot of trouble.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
He is on the hook, and he is squirming.
Well, this is the 3rd time he's tried this play. This time, at least he's got some kind of hand. He knows Carlos doesn't have to have anywhere near 2 queens to raise on the button in that spot. Unfortunately for him, he's in dire straits here. But a 10 comes right on the flop. So at least he's alive to win the pot. Must catch a 10 to do it.
Yeah, the fish has possibilities here. As he looks up to the heavens.
Well, an ace comes off on the turn. The fish on the hook in a big way. Can he squirm off? Gonna have to catch a 10 to do it. 6 comes off on the river. So that's gonna do it for Darryll Fish. Every time he tried to make a move, he got slapped on the wrist. This time, he got booted out of here.
Yeah, bro. Good luck.
So Darryll Fish is out tonight in 6th place.
Yeah, he took home 235,000. He gave it back to Carlos, the Matador. And now he's talking to our sideline reporter, Matt Savage.
No matter what happens.
Steve Fish, you never really got anything going tonight.
No, it was kind of slow. Tried to look for some spots to re-raise and pick it up pre-flop, and apparently ran into some hands. Moved it in, you know, tried to get a re-steal on Carlos because I assume he's going to be raising a lot there, and he happened to have a hand that had me in pretty bad shape, so no regrets really. You know, I did my best, and that's all you can do really. So
235,000. We're going to see you at some more World Poker Tour events.
yeah, you just might. Yeah.
Congratulations.
This is you. This is you playing poker on WPT Global. Come play at WPT Global. Click the link in the YouTube description below. Sign up with bonus code YT10 and receive your welcome package with a deposit match and free tournament tickets.
Back to the felt we go. Greg Brooks now with a pair of 8s.
That showed he's not afraid to play, that's for sure. Here he's got a hand.
Brooks has made it 135, but Amir right behind him with an ace-8.
Now, the ace-8's just a marginal hand here. But when you're seeing the guy sitting on your right continue to raise time and time again, so you know how aggressive a guy's playing, and sometimes you do just come over the top with a weak ace in that spot.
And that's what Amir has done. Makes it 325,000 to go. Folded around, back on Greg Brooks. And he has called it with the 8s.
Well, it's ace-jack 3.
And this is beautiful for Amir. He hits his aces. And it's on Greg. He's going to check.
You re-raise with an ace-8, you flop an ace. Certainly you're going to fire at the pot, but no. Amir checks it, very puzzled by that check. And now an 8 comes off. This gives Greg 3 8s, and his opponent has aces and 8s.
Just a disaster there for Amir.
Yeah, this is trouble with a capital T for Amir here. I think he was slow playing his aces on the flop. Now he's got aces and 8s, and he is going to be heading toward Whitewater very shortly.
Greg Brooks looking over at him like death warmed over. Methodical, robotic Greg Brooks. Hitting the proper card on 4th Street. And he's going to make his bet. 560,000 with a 3 of a kind. Amir probably thinks he's out in front.
Well, I'm shocked that Amir didn't raise it here, Vince. My goodness, he didn't bet with 2 aces on the flop. He doesn't raise with aces and eights on the turn. Now a 3 comes off. So if you've got aces and eights, that 3 is not really going to scare you. You're not going to think a pre-flop raiser has a 3 in his hand.
No. There's Amir sitting duck. Greg Brooks taking his time with his full house. He's trying to figure out exactly how much he can extract from Amir. 1.7 and change.
I call.
Oh boy, Amir has made the call.
8's full. Yeah, it's a call.
Well, certainly you're going to make the call with aces and eights here. Almost surprised you didn't raise it all in there, but Greg Brooks winning a nice pot there.
Greg's parents sporting the patriotic look, rooting on his son. That is absolute devastation for Amir. He is stinging right there. Surrounding Steve Gross on the short stack. He's got Jack 10 of spades. Is he going to fire? Yes, he is. He's gone all in.
Well, he's moved all in on the button. Carlos goes out.
Only one to beat
Call.
is Vivek, and he's going to make the call with ace high, and Vivek's out in front of his hand.
Ouch.
We got ace 3 up against Jack 10.
Can Steve survive yet again?
Comes the flop.
Well, the flop comes king, king, 9. Now this gives Steve a straight draw, so he could take the lead with a 10 or a jack. He'll make the nuts if a queen comes off.
Yep, he's getting some outs as his dad roots him on. Steve Gross. Oh, he gets a spade there.
Oh my God! Come on, dude. You're the.
So Steve can now win the pot with a queen, a jack, a 10, or a spade. Must have one of those cards, but he's got a lot of outs. 4 clubs on the river, so that's going to do it for Steve Gross, the 25-year-old from Marlboro, New Jersey, out tonight in 5th place.
Marlboro Kid has to say goodnight. Picks up 304,000. And we are down to 4 players at the LAPC.
And with that, we've reached...
Okay, as you can see, Gregory Brooks, first time ever at a WPT tournament. He's our chip leader with over 9 million in chips. Our own sideline reporter, Matt Savage, is also the LAPC tournament director, so we'll be seeing a lot of him tonight.
So here we go.
And he's at 10,000 blinds of 40 and 80. Greg folding, and now Amir, the former electrical engineer. He's got a king-queen with the button.
Certainly going to raise on the button with this hand. Amir does that.
Yeah, makes it 175,000. Carlos out, but look at this. Vivek with the queens, the ladies. What a time to get them.
Vivek slow playing the queens. I'm not normally a big fan of this. If an ace or king comes up, it might freeze you, but it doesn't as Jack high comes up. So Vivek checks again. Amir's got the gut shot straight draw with the 2 overcards. Going to make the continuation bet here.
It looks like 235,000.
I can't imagine Vivek won't just set him all in here with the overpair. And that's what he's doing.
He's going to put the pressure on Amir.
Well, I think I'm pot committed.
You heard it, folks. He thinks he's pot committed, and he's going to put his chips in.
Yeah, Amir majored in electrical engineering from the University of Texas.
Thank you.
He's been running a poker training site the last 3 years. And right now, he's got to run a luck site as well if he wants to stay alive here. Needs to catch a king or a 10.
Here comes the turn.
Doesn't happen as a 4 comes off. So the electrical engineer could get short-circuited out of here in 4th place as he gets very lucky on the river and catches a king or a 10.
Vivek's parents on the rails, sweating their boy. Down to the river we go. Can Amir get lucky? Turn and turn. It's not good for Amir. The 3 of diamonds.
So that's going to do it for Amir Lehavot. The 35-year-old from Western Florida is going to be out in 4th place.
Good game. Thank you.
Yeah. $421,000 richer. Never got it rolling today, but he's one happy guy. Now he's talking to our sideline reporter, Matt Savage.
Talk about your experience a little bit. It was a great experience. I mean, it's a very big cash for me.
and I've played good the whole tournament up until, you know, the final table. So it's been great.
Congratulations, Amir.
Thank you very much.
Going to Carlos, who's got to be heated up a little bit. A little bit of tilt factor, perhaps, and this time he makes it 200,000 with a king-jack.
Can't blame him for raising on the button with this hand. Vivek, however, with king-queen in the small blind, is going to make the call.
Greg Brooks is going to peek down at a 6-4 of clubs. He's already in the big blind. Going to cost him a little bit more to speculate, and he will do just that.
He can afford to make this call, getting a good price to do so. So here we go, three-way action. The flop comes jack 5-3.
Uh-oh.
Carlos is taking the lead with 2 jacks. Vivek is going to check the king-queen, but notice Greg Brooks's hand. He's got the open-in straight draw and the flush draw. This is the biggest drawing hand that you can flop, and he is going to bet 380,000.
Now Carlos has a problem because he's got top pair with a big kicker. He's going to get aggressive. He moves it up to 800,000 to go. Vivek's out.
Well, you can't blame Carlos. Just not going to put his opponent on ace-king, ace-queen, any of those kind of hands. So thinks his 2 jacks are going to be the best hand.
All in.
Wow.
Cool.
Well, Greg Brooks has gone all in. Carlos quickly calls him.
Sure does.
Just believes his 2 jacks are the best hand. Indeed, they are right now. But notice that mathematically, Greg is the favorite to win this pot because he has such a big drawing hand. He needs a club, a deuce, or a 7, and he's got 2 cards to catch either one of those things.
He does that. He'll be knocking out the dream of 3-time WPT champion Carlos Mortensen of becoming a 4-time record-breaking WPT champion. Will the young man from Wyckoff, New Jersey, do just that? Here comes the turn.
Well, the board pairs 5s. Carlos's tournament life on the line here. He's got to have the 2 jacks stand up if he wants to capture his 4th WPT title tonight.
It is coming down to this card.
Oh, it's a 10 of clubs. Oh! So that's going to do it for the Matador. And Vince, you'd have to say that the bull at this table, which is Greg Brooks, just gored the Matador right out of here.
Well, the Spaniard stabs himself with the sword. He'll take home over 640,000 for his 3rd place finish. And right now, he's down talking to Matt Savage.
What's going through your mind right now?
Things like that can happen, right? So you need a little bit of luck to win. Maybe a lot of luck. Unfortunately for me, tonight wasn't my day.
Thanks.
Thanks, man.
This is you. This is you playing poker on WPT Global. Come play at WPT Global. Click the link in the YouTube description below. Sign up with bonus code YT10 and receive your welcome package with a deposit match and free tournament tickets.
All right, back to the table. They're gambling pretty big here. Vivek Rajkumar, WPT champion, has ace-king. He's going to raise, makes it 250 to go. Into the cash game player, Greg Brooks.
We've seen Greg come over the top and 3-bet with other hands against Vivek. This time he opts to just call with the 10-7 of spade and see a flop.
Okay, first 3 cards.
And the flop has come jack, 4 deuce, all spades. This could spell big, big trouble for Vivek here. His opponent has flopped a flush, and he's got the king-high flush draw.
Brooks is going to come out and bet 375.
Well, when you're a pre-flop raiser and the guy leads out on the flop and bets into you, you're always scratching your head saying, why is he betting out? He knows I'm going to bet if he checks. This doesn't make sense. Vivek makes the call.
Usually the sign of a weaker hand.
And now a king comes off to spell bigger trouble for Vivek. He now has top pair with top kicker and the king-high flush draw. If Greg leads out here, Vivek could well put himself all in.
And look at this. Greg is going to bet 950. And now it's on young Vivek, 24 years old. Will he come back over the top? No, just going to call.
That may save him some money here. If he doesn't hit a spade. Well, over $3 million in the pot right now. 6 of clubs. A non-eventful card comes off on the river.
So Vivek not hitting his flush. Of course, Greg had his flush from the flop.
Now, this bet size is going to be healthy. That's about 2.4 million he set out there.
Oh,
Not much.
it's almost impossible to get away from
2.4?
kings with an ace kicker.
I don't say you can get away from this.
4, 5. 4, 5 million.
I call.
Well, Vivek has made the call.
Greg had the flush.
A little reluctantly, but you can't blame him. I don't know anybody could get away from that hand in that spot.
Not at all.
So Greg Brooks going to take
Bucket.
down a pot that has over $8 million in it. And once again, he has a substantial chip lead.
Everything going the way for Greg Brooks. We'll be right back with more action from the World Poker Tour in just a few moments.
He'll be moving in, trying to win a big pot here. Get back in the thick of things.
Vivek going after his second WPT title. Action on Greg.
Well, that's incredibly. Whether he started with the best hand or not, Greg Brooks has virtually made the best hand every hand in this heads-up battle so far.
Well, Greg Brooks makes it $325,000 with an 8-7.
Well, he picks up the C of connectors, the Jack 10 of hearts, and makes the call. Now flop comes 7-3 deuce. And again, Greg has outflopped him as he flops top pair.
Yeah, Vivek checks. Greg with a pair of sevens. Top pair. Things just going his way. This time he's going to bet $400,000. Nothing happening for Vivek.
And because the guy raised pre-flop, he's just not going to put him on much of that flop. But Vivek has nothing himself, just a Jack and a 10.
I go all in.
Whoa, he's going all in with Jack high. Vince, I'm not sure Greg is going to get away from this hand. He's got the chips to make the call. He's got top pair. That was the only way he can have the worst hands if his opponent was slow playing a big pair to start with. That could be the case, though.
Well, this would be a solid call by Greg. He'd be well out in front and a big favorite to win his first WPT title. He's making the call.
Well, he's made the call with the 2-7. Vivek is going to have some help to win this pot. 2 runners to make a straight, 2 hearts to make a flush, or a Jack or a 10.
Greg Brooks got Vivek pinned.
Well, as the cards lie, as you can see, Greg about a 72% favorite to win this pot and take this title.
Vivek's chances of becoming a 2-time WPT champ on the ropes right now. Needs to get lucky with 2 cards to come.
Well, you're right, Vince. Got to talk to the poker gods right now if you're Vivek Rajkumar, or you're going to have to wait on that second WPT title.
Here it comes.
Well, a deuce comes up, so we are down to the river. Vivek must catch a Jack or a 10. Nothing else will do for him.
Can he pull off the upset special? Here it comes. He needs a Jack or a 10.
It's an ace. That is going to do it. The 23-year-old from Wyckoff, New Jersey, has done it, Vince. He started in 4th chip position. He has taken down the title, and deservedly so.
23-year-old Gregory Brooks is our champion. He has upset this field of 681.
Well,
spectacular.
good sport. Vivek going over to congratulate him. This kid played great poker all night long. Well deserved this title.
So Greg kissing his mother and father. He is close to $1.7 million richer. Congratulations. What a night.
Vivek, not a win, but over 900,000. What's your thoughts on the whole week?
I mean, the whole week has been amazing. I've run so good to get here. I feel blessed that I got second. Heads up was a little bit painful. I didn't have many hands that connected. He seemed to be playing pretty well, you know, connecting with flop. So, I mean, I think it was tough heads up, but I got really lucky to get here so far.
A lot of amazing fans and friends here watching you guys.
Lots and lots of friends. Thanks, buddy. Thank you.
And here's to the champion of the LA Poker Classic. From Wyckoff, New Jersey, Greg Brooks. And until next time, may all your cards be live and your pots be monsters.